weekly vlog. If I'm sounding a bit congested and a bit strange, it's because I'm hopefully coming to the end of what has been a week-long cold. It has been the worst cold that I have had in genuinely years. It really just knocked everything off. I've been able to do barely anything for the last week, which is why the vlogs are now a bit delayed. They're a week behind. But actually, let's rewind before that. I feel like we've got a lot to catch up on because I didn't vlog last week. So obviously the last video I uploaded, it finished on my birthday, the 26th of April, and that was so lovely all of that week. And then on the Saturday, Sid took me on a surprise trip away for the weekend and we went to Byron Bay. You probably already know that. I need to edit a mini vlog for Instagram and TikTok actually today from that trip. So we were in Byron Bay from Saturday till Tuesday, and that was such a nice little trip. As much as I love Sydney, it was really lovely to spend some time away from it, I think, and then be able to come back. And it was so nice to be able to see some more of the East Coast again, because I do love Byron Bay and it's a very different vibe and place to Sydney. It's a very relaxing kind of coastal surfer town. But then when we got back, that's when I got my really bad cold, and I've just spent the last week or so trying to get over that, and I'm just about there, but I'm also sick of not doing anything with my days. I'm pretty sure I'm not contagious anymore, so this week I really just want to start slowly getting back into the swing of things, because not having a routine for the last week was probably like the worst part of the whole week. So this morning I'm gonna head off to Pilates. I've booked myself into a slightly later class than usual because I don't think getting up really early is gonna help me. I think I need my sleep and I need my rest. So yeah, let's head off to that. Get so, what's the word, like reminiscent around my birthday. The other day, for example, when I was ill, I just went down a massive rabbit hole rewatching all of my old birthday vlogs, which is really lovely to be able to look back on, but it also made me realize that it's been almost exactly a year since I finished university. By the time this vlog goes up, it will have been a year since I submitted my dissertation, and that just feels crazy because when I was writing my dissertation, my life genuinely revolved around it, and for months on end it felt so life or death, and it's just crazy to think that now it's a year later and life has moved on just like that. But hindsight is such a funny thing, because in that year since writing it, and especially now that I'm out working in the real world, I feel like I've learned so much that would have helped me when I was in the process of writing and submitting it. For example, as you guys know, the data analysis part of my dissertation was probably my least favorite. I really struggled with the presentation of the data and understanding it, and so many tears were shed over simple things, or what should have been simple things, like pie charts and bar charts and basic formatting of data. And it's because I just wasn't using the best software that I could have been, and I was making my life so much harder than it needed to be. And I've since learned that the software that I should have been using is Tableau. So Tableau is a visual analytics platform that helps you really easily visualize and understand your data. So once you've imported it, you can drag and drop whatever elements you need for your project and create pie charts, bar charts, dashboards, whatever data visualization you need for your project. And it just makes everything so much easier to understand and then action on. So for example, when I was writing my dissertation, Tableau would have been such a lifesaver for not only the data analysis part of it, but also the discussion part of it, because I would have been able to easily see what was actually going on with my data and if there was any trends and patterns that I needed to flesh out in that discussion. There is also a great Tableau for Students program. So if you're still enrolled in college or university, you can get a 1-year free license for Tableau Desktop and Tableau Prep Builder, access to the entire e-learning suite, and also 20% off Tableau certification, which is an industry recognized certificate that you can take an exam to get, and you can add it to your resume to showcase your data skills. So if you've got a project coming up soon, or you just want to advance your data analytics and visualization skills, then make sure to download your free Tableau for Students license using the link that I'll put down below in the description. Tuesday today. It's about 1 in the afternoon and I'm having a very self-care focused day today. This morning I went to Pilates, I did a food shop, did some meal prep, and then this afternoon I've actually got an appointment with a naturopath. I hope I'm saying that correctly. So it's an hour-long appointment all about my health, and the reason that I booked it is because I just really want to improve my overall health and the way that I'm feeling overall holistically. Without going into a full medical history, I have had some recurring problems for a good few years now, one of them being my gut health. I think I've mentioned this before in previous vlogs. And when I was in my final year of uni, I went to the doctors, I had blood tests, I had other tests, and we didn't really reach any kind of conclusion. All I was told is that I have IBS and do I want some tablets to suppress the symptoms. And I didn't really want to go on medication because I don't want to suppress the symptoms of my problems. I want to get to the root cause of them, and I'm hoping that this appointment will help me get one step closer to that, because naturopaths basically, they're not an alternative to modern medicine, but they incorporate lots of different kinds of medicine, so more natural medicine and more traditional medicine, and it's designed to accompany that modern medicine. So anyway, that was a big waffle, but I've got an appointment in about 45 minutes for that. So I'll let you know how that goes. And afterwards, I'm heading straight to a hair appointment. I'm getting my roots done and also hopefully a little bit of the length cut off because it's been a good few months now. I think the last time I got it done was January and it just needs a bit of TLC. So yeah, a very self-care-y afternoon, which I think is exactly what I need after a week of this illness and a past month of various other illnesses that I've had that I won't get into. Wednesday today. Filming in here is really not ideal because we have this fan that I can't turn off. I don't know how to turn it off, so I hope that that's not too loud in the background, but I do need to start getting ready for work, so I thought we could have a catch up in here and tell you how my appointment went yesterday. Having an hour-long appointment to talk all about my health was actually so nice because there are so many things that I have just normalized in the last few years related to my gut health, like kind of side effects from it. But I had told her my overarching issues, and then from that she was sort of asking like, what about this? What about this? Do you struggle with this? And yeah, so many little things that I had just normalized in my head. She was saying, that's not normal. You shouldn't have that. So obviously she couldn't diagnose anything there and then, but she reckons that there's some sort of chronic inflammation probably happening in my body, which would explain my gut. I've been struggling a lot with my skin on my chin area. Doesn't help that I've just covered it up with makeup, but this I'm going around in circles with in terms of breakouts, and I have a few joint problems, and she reckons it's all probably inflammation, or I don't know, that's her theory. But she's referred me for quite a few blood tests, and we're going to test hormones, we're going to test nutrients, we're going to test inflammation in the blood, and I also need to order myself, this is really TMI actually for the vlog, but I also need to order myself a comprehensive stool test to do at home, which I'm weirdly excited about because I am a bit of a gut health nerd and I've watched so many documentaries, listened to so many podcasts all about the gut microbiome, and this test will hopefully give us an indication of what is happening in my gut microbiome to see if there's any imbalances or there's any deficiencies that could be contributing to my issues. So it's gonna be quite an expensive long road of working out what is happening in my body, but if through these tests I can get one step closer to understanding what's happening and how I can hopefully prevent it from turning into something worse or just a very long-term thing, then yeah, I think it will be money and time well spent. And then I went to get my hair done. You can't really see it very well because it's in the claw clip, but I just did my usual full head of highlights and a trim. However, the toner worked a lot faster than she thought it was gonna work, so I've got a few blue looking streaks up at the top here, but hopefully that will wash out after a few showers. But anyway, that is my little health update. Obviously this is all very personal to me, so please don't take anything I'm saying as general advice related to gut health or anything else. This is a very individual case and everything that I'm doing is obviously very personalised to me. Today I'm obviously heading into work. I've got a meeting with my boss this morning, actually, just sort of a catch up, how are things going type meeting. And then I've got a few mini shoots today, I think. So I've got one that I need to film in the office for an alcohol brand. And then I think I'm going somewhere this afternoon to do an on-site shoot. So I'm looking forward to getting back into the swing of things because I didn't go into the office at all last week because On Wednesday, I was super ill. And then on Thursday, everybody worked from home. So it feels like ages since I've been in. I was just at work, but I did get a lot of content for a day in the life for TikTok. So hopefully I'm gonna have that edited and up soon. Although I am getting my wisdom tooth taken out this morning, so I might be out of action for voiceovers for a while. I went to the dentist recently because this wisdom tooth was giving me quite a lot of grief. It was really hurting my gum, and turns out it actually given me a gum infection. But we x-rayed my mouth and I actually need to have all 4 of them out because they're all growing at awkward angles and I just don't have the space in my mouth for them. They're gonna start pushing all of my teeth together, but I don't want to get all 4 out at the same time. So today we're just gonna get the one out that was giving me pain, and then I guess over the next few months or so I'll slowly get the other ones out as well. So I'm feeling kind of nervous for that. I have had teeth out before. I had to have teeth out before I had braces years and years ago, and I just remember my mouth being completely numb and just sat in the dentist reception afterwards. I think I was crying actually because everywhere was numb, but I did have 4 teeth out at that point. Oh, also on a completely different note, on Wednesday whilst I was at work, my co-workers bought me a cake and sang happy birthday, and they also gave me this card, which is so funny. The quotes on it say, "Who wants to be in my TikTok?" Because that's basically my job, going around with multiple phones, often in my hand, pestering people to be in my TikTok. And this one says, "I just don't get the Bondi hype," because obviously I made a reel on TikTok about that, based off a conversation that I'm pretty sure I had in the office about Bondi. So I love all the little inside jokes on here. And then everyone wrote something inside, which is so sweet. And they also got me a really nice voucher to get a facial at this facial clinic. So I need to book that in for some time. That will be a nice bit of self-care. But yeah, I'm probably gonna end the vlog here because I don't think I'm gonna be able to talk very well after this appointment. I think I'm just gonna need to rest and relax and not move my mouth too much. So I hope that you've enjoyed this vlog, and if you have, make sure to subscribe for all of my upcoming vlogs, and also follow me on my Instagram and TikTok for extra content like the day in the life that I filmed yesterday. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!